Hello again, this is JD, and this is a follow-up to the basic paranormal investigators equipment. We're going to be reviewing the Gauss Master, or otherwise known as Dr. Gauss. It comes into two different titles. EMF detector. As I said before, my name's JD, and our group, the South Texas Ghost Hunters. This is going to be our little site for just putting some updates and giving some other beginning investigators some helpful tips and hints and basic instruction on a few things that hopefully they can avoid a few pitfalls. As I said in my first segment, and I'm sorry for the video quality of that first one. This one I'm recording in high definition to see if it's not a problem with my camcorder. As I talked about the ELF a little bit before, it's very economical, which gives it a lot of appeal for those who are budgetarily minded like I am. But there are some shortcomings. The saying is you pay what you get for, and when it comes to EMF detectors, that's very true. Now the one on the right here, as I said, is a Gauss Master. As you can see, it has a very simple analog screen, and annotated on the screen is a series of numbers. 0, 1, 2, up to 2 milligauss indicates the green band, all the way up through 7 indicates the yellow band, and 7 up to 10 indicates red. So, as far as the way the readings go, they're very similar. The band coverage for the ELF is, as I was saying before, from zero to about 2.5. Anything below that you'll have the green light. Now, the problem is you won't be able to see or notice any change from between 0 to 2.5. So that's a pretty good sized area of information you're not going to be able to check into. Now again, from 2.5 and up, you'll be able to notice the changes. Again, for the money and the runtime, these are very good detectors. I like them. They're easier to just tuck in a pocket. I just basically turn it on and off when I need it. Turn it on, you get a quick charge, and then you can begin doing your sweeps. If you suspect an area, you're picking up a signal. As you get close to a signal, you'll start to notice the meter will, as you'll see, getting closer to the screen there, the caution window means I'm higher than 2.5, but yet I'm still less than 7. And now you'll see the red flicker in and out. That means you're above 7.5, between 7.5 and well, the max, it says, reading level on this is about 8 milligauss. That's still a pretty high signal. If you jump down from a green light to the danger light, then you need to start looking around and try to figure out what could be causing that source of interference, if it is interference, because sometimes these devices can be interfered by handheld walkie-talkies, cell phones trying to look for a signal. There are things that you will find will set this thing off, and then the first thing you want to do is try to eliminate those type of sources that you will have in any place that you're going to be doing an investigation in. And that reason being, you do a sweep before you start, walk around from room to room, you check, and you note areas where you already have a higher than background level of electromagnetic field interference, or a source. Now, with the Gauss Master, as you've already heard, when you turn it on, it simply activates with a switch on the side. It does not stay on. It automatically powers down after a little bit of time. I do not like the fact that the battery housing is kind of flimsy, so a lot of times what I'll do, and yes, it does use the same type of power cell as the ELF Zone does, I'll put a piece of tape on there to hold it. To turn the unit on, you simply activate the button on the side, and you're greeted by this little series of clicks, almost kind of similar to what you'd hear from a Geiger counter coming out from this little speaker. Now the good thing about that is, in total darkness, obviously you can't see the screen. But as you start to pick up a source, let's watch the meter here as this deflects a little, and you can hear for yourself. See, we're still in the green zone here. Then you'll pick up, most background you're going to hear is going to be just like this. One or less, and very slow click. That's going to be your background. That would be the level you would establish as the background. But as you get close to a source, something happens, you'll get a series of these. It might not be so steady, and then you go to this high squeal where it's just like almost unbearable to listen to. Now if you hold the button down again, it goes into the more sensitive mode where it's like extremely sensitive to anything you get near. Now for those who don't like any noise in the background, especially while they're rolling digital tape to try to capture EVPs or whatever, me, I've never had a problem. I can always hear the clicking. I can differentiate between whatever other sounds I hear. But some people don't like it because of that. Me, I like it. It's they're pretty economical now. Again, they're about $40, maybe less, depending on where you can find a deal for them. And you'll find it in two varieties, like I said, either Goss Master or Dr. Goss. I like it. But then again, I also like the ELF zone because it's simple. It's easy for people to operate when they need it, and you can instruct beginners on how easy, how to do a sweep properly with one of these, and it can be pretty effective. Again, you just turn on the light and you start sweeping around, and just keep an eye on your LEDs. When you start to get a signal, you're getting close to something that's giving off a signal, you'll start to get a signal. You'll start to see your other light, and then you can start sweeping to see what direction it's coming from, up or down, left or right, and keep closing in on the source. Or, as some investigators like to do, you can use it when you're recording EVPs, and try to document any meter changes with your video equipment. For example, you can be asking questions, and you can simply say, if in front of me is a device with a light on it, if you put your hand near it, it will make the lights blink, and we will know if you can respond to a question that way. A lot of investigators have used that approach and have had various amounts of success with it. But then again, remember, it's theoretical. There's some circles that will give you, will credit that, and some will say it's just a bunch of hogwash, and it's just a matter of your own choice and your opinion. So that's going to be pretty much it for this second module. I just wanted to give a quick breakdown on these on two good options you would have as an investigator to get set up in some EMF detector equipment relatively economically. In the next installment, we'll go more into actually doing sweeps and locating areas of explainable EMF that you might pick up with one of these, and the difference you would get when using different types of meters to actually do a sweep. Until next time, JD.